and they'll hear those men preaching the truth, and once they get the breakdown, they become convinced, man.
That's right.
Like, damn, I never heard my pastor never taught it like this.
Yeah.
You know,
This makes
way more sense.
Yeah.
You know, matter of fact, that is the truth.
Right.
You know,
I got preached too, man.
Con. Hey, because it all happened to us. Every brother can say that happened to them, man.
That's right.
You know?
Longer.
Yeah.
Weather.
Acts chapter 19, verse 5.
And there's still more of that.
One
where
more
you was
verse?
at. Yeah, it was one more verse.
Finish, I'll get after.
Yeah, finish that and then get your free.
Come on, it says, and that they may recover themselves out of the snares of the devil, who are taken captive by him at his will.
The seducing spirits and doctrine of devils.
Yeah.
You know, that's what
we were all ensnared by that before.
Yeah.
But he converted us, and we were healed. We were able to break those chains off. But the Yahweh Shemel Shah broke the chains off.
That's right, man. That's it. You know, 'cause we were all taken at his will through those different snares, man. Right. Those different wayward philosophies and doctrines out there. You know, certain brothers were part of that Kemet shit before they found the truth. You know? So you can get your
all right, Acts chapter 19, verse 5, and read to verse 10. When they heard this, they were baptized in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai, and when Paul had laid his hands upon them. Baptism, isn't that a cleansing?
Yeah.
Right? So they were cleansed through the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Yep.
You got it, bro. Away from the filthiness of the world, the darkness of the world.
Cleansed through the Spirit.
Yep,
That's
the
right.
Spirit. You got it, bro.
Yeah, baptism in Greek is baptizo, which means to submerge.
Yep.
You know, and we know that John the Baptist did it physically, but it was a representation of the spiritual baptism that you have to do with the word.
And when Paul had laid his hands upon them, the Holy Ghost came on them, and they spake with tongues and prophesied. And all the men were about 12. And he went into the synagogue and spake boldly for a space of 3 months, disputing and persuading the things concerning the kingdom of Yahweh Shemel Shai. But
Man, that's perfect, bro.
Heavy breakdown.
Yeah.
All that time he was in there disputing with these guys and to chop them down, break them strongholds.
And you know, Apostle Paul, because he was so passionate, you know that he was getting so deep into it, man, that it was all type of debating going on. It probably got heated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was cussing certain guys out, you know. Spitting, you know. Sweating and shit, you know. But he was really getting into getting this thing, breaking this thing down, man.
That's right.
Just like how passionate the apostles are, man. You know, that was the spirit that Apostle Paul was in. All right, and people were being convinced, man. And a lot of those, a lot of those that were up under the Romans, you know, they was like, hey, man, they making an uproar, man.
Can't nobody knock him out. He too much for everybody. Can't argue him down. Can't stop him.
Yeah. They got to the point where the Jews, they start to get jealous. That spirit of envy.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, how is this guy persuading these heathens?
Yeah.
Which these were Jakes, but you know, they were in a Gentile state of mind. How is this man turning them
So his belief,
how is he doing this?
Yeah.
The same way that they was trying to come against Yahweh
Shai,
I
Khan.
was
I
gonna
was
say.
thinking the same thing too.
Hey, hold on. He didn't build them up. Yahweh Shai was converting so many people through the miracles and the wisdom that he was speaking. Paul was doing the same thing. But Paul wasn't doing it of himself like Yahweh Shai wasn't doing it of himself. It was of Yahweh, really. But then Paul was speaking of Yahweh Shai, which led you back to Yahweh.
That's right.
Verse 9. But when divers were hardened and believed not, but spake evil of that way before the multitude, he departed from them and separated the disciples, disputing daily. Man, these niggas ain't gonna get it, man. Let's just go. They ain't gonna get it, man.
The ones who got it, he took it away.
Exactly. And separated the disciples, disputing daily in the school of one
Tyrannus. And this continued by the space of 2 years, so that all they which dwelt in Asia heard the word of the Lord Yahweh Shai, both Jews and Greeks.
And that's all Israelites. Let's not play no games here. That's all Israelites.
That's right.
But those Greeks were the Israelites that kept the Greek customs that began to take on Greek physical characteristics as well.
Hellenistas.
Yep, Hellenistas.
Yeah, they were under that Greek stronghold.
That's right.
Okay, they was debating Paul like, hey, so what you mean? We gotta believe on the Messiah after have been in. they might have been worshiping Zeus,
Yeah.
or Diana or one of those Greek
Right.
gods, man.
Yep.
You know, show me, you know what? Like when they went to what was that in Mars, when he went to Mars Hill.
Yeah.
And these people, they were like, you know, who is this guy that we, you know, that we supposed to listen to this guy? You know what I mean? You know, because they always wanted to hear something new, because it was no different than Harlem, where you got all these different niggas debating about which philosophy holds most weight.
And every nigga want to be deep.
Yeah, and everybody want to be deep, man.
Yeah.
You know. That's why it takes the power of the Lord, the Holy Spirit, to tear that down, man. You know? Was there more to that? Well, that was it, right?
This is Hosea chapter 6, verse 5. Therefore have I hewed them by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth. And thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. You know, and particularly too, when you read this verse in Spanish, it says, I have killed them by the prophets. Okay? Spiritually, utterly annihilate them, man. Spiritually. Okay? And sometimes we got physical too.
Yep.
All right? So I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. You know? The light at the end of the tunnel. The light at the end of the tunnel, man. Or the light in the house, man, getting turned on. Okay? That light is shining, man. The light is casting away darkness. Okay? The light of the wicked shall be turned off. All right? That light of righteousness is beaming, man, like a lighthouse. Okay? You got some light?
This is Jeremiah 23 and 29. It's not my word like as a fire, saith the Lord, like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces.
Break them strongholds.
We're breaking down everything, man.
Yep. Burning them up.
Through the word.
The House of Conscience should have no more followers. If they saw what happened to the Hebrew Israelites, they should have no more followers. Hey, but know who kept them alive? Niggas like the Sakari, man. When you Hebrew Israelites keep going over there to them black conscious niggas, man, you keeping them alive. You're keeping them alive. That's why even with Vocab Malone, they're about to fizzle out. But every time they're about to fizzle out, what do? They bring up a Hebrew Israelite debate or conversation.
Accusation.
Or they try to come up to the camps or something.
Yep, to keep you refreshed and lively. Because you know how we gonna react. You come saying something that you know that we don't believe, we gonna defend it.
Yeah. I got something. This is Jeremiah 5 and 14. Wherefore thus saith the Lord, power of hosts, because you speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
And they shall devour them. Okay? If I'm not mistaken, the Hebrew word for devour is a call. Okay, to consume, to eat. Okay, to eat up, just like fire. Fire consumes, man. When you burn wood, okay, it's consumed. Okay, and what's the residue thereof? Ashes. Okay,
Stubble.
stubble. That's right.
And that's the reason why when the wicked scribes and Pharisees would come to Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai would burn them every time he spoke to them.
Yeah.
Because they would get so fired up because of how sharp Yahweh Shai was in cutting them. It would get them so damn angry that they want to put hands on. They can't do shit. Either they want to lift up stones. Yeah, they want to look for a stone to pick up and throw at him. Because Yahweh Shai was he was of the spirit, man.
God. They probably had that thought the whole week, and when they see him, he just get him with one sentence or something, and they be.
Or you know, some of them was like, man, don't even talk to him, man. He gonna make. As soon as you try to ask him something, man, he gonna make you wanna, you know. He ain't gonna even be wrong too. That's the thing about it.
They don't. No,
He ain't gonna be wrong. He
Don't do it. Don't do it,
have
man.
Your ass real, like he gonna shut you in your traps, man. You gonna want to do something to him.
like, oh, I got his ass. I got him today. I got him today.
I got the question for him.
That's what them wicked councils was for. Them wicked scribes and Pharisees, they was having them wicked councils. They were trying to come up with the best question they can use and try to trip Yahweh Shai up, man. You know? Yep.
Mark chapter 1, verse 21 and 22. And they went into Capernaum, and straightway on the Sabbath day he entered into the synagogue and taught. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one that had authority, and not as the scribes.
That's what it was like. That's what it's like. Wait, you ain't a scribe. You ain't the Pharisee. Why are you up here talking like that? Because that's why they hate us. You little niggas. You. What are you guys doing? How can you talk to me this way? Because we talk from a position of authority. And it's the passion of the belief we have in Yahweh Shem Shai. That's how Yahweh Shai was speaking, and it bugged people out. It bugged them out how much of authority he spoke from.
That's right.
And it especially bug people out in this country because everybody is so what's the word? Basically, everybody is so sweet. Everybody is soft. Everybody is soft, you know. So when you have men that's on the highways and hedges that's being hard and direct with yes or no's and they're straightforward to the point, it bugs people out. It's like, oh snap! Like why are you so aggressive? You know, you're not supposed to be aggressive. You're not supposed to be a man. This society is emasculated. Emasculated. You know, it's what's the word you use throughout the when you always bring out feminism? You say stupid. No, it's a lot. I can't even think of the word.
Emasculated?
Yeah, but it's another word you use, bro.
I think I know what you're talking about,
Feminized.
It's another one. Yeah, it's another one.
But explain what the word means.
The word basically is like catering unto the woman.
Oh,
you know?
gynocentric.
Yeah, gynocentric. They call it, bro. That's the word. That's the word.
Yep. They go after the vagina. The gynecology. Vagina. Right.
That's straight up.
Yeah.
Anybody had anything?
That was it, T?
I had some if you didn't. This is Matthew 21 and verse 42. It says, Yahweh Shai said unto them, did you never read in the scriptures, the stone which the builders rejected, the same is become the head of the corner?
I apologize.
This is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. Therefore say I unto you, the kingdom of the Most High shall be taken from you and given to a nation, bringing forth the fruits thereof. And we know the kingdom of heaven is a metaphor for this knowledge. All right? It says, and whosoever shall fall on this stone shall be broken. But on whomsoever it fall,
that rock of offense. Yep. Because he's gonna give you. Because think about it, he came. If everybody believed it was about fulfilling the Pharisees was always talking about, it's about fulfilling the laws of Moses. But then all of a sudden, this guy says it's not about that. It's about faith. He's like, whoa, you can't. Who are you to change this? But he offended them. People couldn't get over or getting past what was it, scandalizo was offense?
Yeah.
Scandalizo or something like that. What is
get
the word?
scandal from?
Right.
Which means a stumbling block.
Yeah, stumbling block. Exactly.
Whatever you get offended at, that becomes your stumbling block.
You can't get over it.
You can't get over
It's
it.
like a hurdle you can't get over.
You just can't get over it.
Yep.
They couldn't get over Yahweh Shai.
Yep. Like
You know?
So you the guy? You ain't the guy. You know? Who you talking like that?
Right.
You got it, bro.
It says, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder.
You're gonna chop, you're gonna break you all the way
and watch
down.
this, and watch this. Watch what come after that. And when the chief priests and Pharisees had heard his parables, they perceived that he spake of them. But when they sought to lay hands on him,
Let's get this guy.
they feared the multitude because they took him for a prophet.
Yep.
And
in other words,
the gnashing of the teeth.
Yeah.
When they get cut to the heart, they want to put hands on you. You know, because you cut them with that two-edged sword, man, and it cuts to the bone.
That's right.
That's why they want to put hands. Hey, get stuffing.
Bro, right
Get
there.
stuffing.
Yeah,
Hey, cause Salakia, remember when we looked up the word? The brothers was looking up the word smart, the etymology of it, going back to the Latin. And what did it mean?
Sharp.
It meant to be sharp. It also means pain. You know, like a sharp pain. You know. So when the Lord was hewing their ass down with the word, it was like it was cutting them to the heart. So they felt their egos was hurt and crushed.
Right.
You know, being exposed to know that, hey man, fuck, you know.
We got confounded.
Yeah, you confounded. That's a humiliating feeling, man.
Yep.
You know.
You know how prideful Jake is.
And Jake is he's very egotistical,
They
man.
won't let it go.
You know, they don't want to be proven wrong. They don't have that humility, man.
Nope.
You know. So when the Lord, when they would roll up on the Lord and the Lord would cut them, they would get so mad to where they when it means to gnash up on the teeth, means they would grin. They'd be, you know, you know. That's what they would do. You know. And in today's time, Jacob be like, man, hey man, you insult my intelligence, homie. You know, we might have to get in the hands, my nigga. You know, Jake want to fight you and shit. Man.
Telling my grandma
That's how you know you done got to him, man. Because what you spoke was the truth. You know, usually when you speak the truth, when you speak directly to them, and it gets to the point where they hurt inside. The more angry they get, the more they want to get carnal with you, man.
And you gotta read that.
They want to hurt you.
Cause it hurts on the inside. When you get cut so deep that you want to fight, you can't win that fight. You've already lost.
Yeah.
That's when we were all done that way. We got humbled down by this word. Cut to our heart. We was like, you know what? I can't fight against that. I'm gonna lose. I've already lost. There's nothing I can do to win now. It's only gonna further prove them true. But a lot of these carnal guys be like, nah, they got me hurting, I'm gonna go hurt them.
Yeah.
And it don't work that way. The men actually took it as an honor to be physically hurt by the cuts they was putting out on the people.
It's Hebrews 4 and 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged
It's
sword.
like a ninja sword to your soul. It's gonna cut all the way, katana, it's gonna cut all the way through.
That's right.
Ginsu.
And it cuts going in and coming out.
Yeah.
Because that's a double-edged sword.
Rated.
It'll cut your flesh going in and it'll cut you out, man. Your spirit. Your most interior thoughts, man.
Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit.
Of soul and spirit? How you cut somebody's soul and spirit?
Yeah.
This word does that with the truth,
That's right.
with real wisdom. That's what hurts the most. You know, you know that saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Bullshit. This right here, this hurts, man. This hurts. Hurts more than any bruise. You'll heal from a wound or a bruise. Some people never come back from the cuts of these scriptures.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
Everything that you make yourself up to be, that you create yourself, and that's what hurts a lot of Jake that come up with all these other philosophies. They came up like, nah, I done built myself up as a man of Allah, an arm, head, leg, arm, whatever they say.
Telling me everything I know, everything I grew up with, everything I learned is wrong.
It's all bullshit. Yes, we're telling you everything you know is bullshit. And you need to start fresh as a baby and then build yourself back up the right way. Jake don't like that. They get mad. I done lost friends like that. So everything I've been studying for the past 15 years is bullshit? Yes. Until you get right, we can't kick it like that no more. What? Straight up, that's what it is. That bone and marrow part.
This is piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a
The
discerner.
innermost parts of you, Go ahead.
and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
It even cut your mind what you was thinking. You thought you was gonna be deep. That's why certain guys can't get this. Certain guys try to ask for this word by debating the apostles, but they can't fully get it because they ain't got the right intent with this word. And Polite would have got the full breakdown of his Bible. He'd have tried to sell it. He'd have had something to really put in a book.
He'd be richer than Nate.
That's what I'm saying. He would have had something to really
Polite got the truth. He had more money than Nate and Johanna.
Well, Polite got that gift of gab where
he saw he tried to get cool and get it. And then what was cool about it, Sakari was giving it to him, but he still couldn't hold it. Because it ain't, Most High ain't gonna be done like that, man. He ain't gonna let you do him like that. That was it, right?
This is Matthew chapter 21, verse 23. And when he came into the temple, the chief priests and the elders of the people came unto him as he was teaching, and said, By what authority doest thou these things? And who gave thee this authority? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, I also will ask you one thing, which if ye tell me, I in likewise will tell you by what authority I do these things.
Answer my question first, and if you get it right, I'll answer your question.
Verse 25, the baptism of John, whence was it? From heaven or of men?
All right.
And, that don't sound funny to y'all, but we see how deep that's really going. If you can answer that, you've already answered my question.
And Yahushua used to piss them off, boy.
Because now they're not sure. They're like,
Yahushua was too sharp for him.
Yeah.
He was too sharp for him, man.
It says,
Too smart. Go ahead.
And they reasoned with themselves, saying, If we shall say, From heaven, he will say unto us, Why did ye not then believe him?
Yeah. They caught on. They're like, damn. Why did you believe John? Because John was talking about I was coming from the Heavenly Father, sent by the Heavenly Father.
But if we shall say of men, we fear the people, for all hold John as a prophet.
And cold cut,
bro. And they answered Yahushua and said, We cannot tell. And he said unto them, Neither tell I you by what authority I do these things. Hey, so you can't give me an answer? I'm not going to give you an answer. And that was a cold cut, man.
But they knew the answer, though. That was the cold part. They just didn't want to believe it. They just didn't want to believe it. He gave it. And hey, when we do stuff like that to people on the street, they're like,
they did it like that Jake over there with the Jesus shirt on. Remember? And he said, "It's something ain't right about God." Walked up. He didn't want the answer. He was like,
Nah, hold on, no, something's just not right. This ain't for me. I don't think. He walked up.
He walked
He knew
up.
something was wrong, man. He knew we was going about to cut through his whole life. He could see it happening ahead of him. By the time you got it, bro.
Matthew chapter 23, verse 33. Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers, how can ye escape
By
the
the way,
damn...
that's cuss words in that time by the Lord. He just cussed them out. Go ahead, bro.
How can ye escape the damnation of hell? Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues, and persecute them from city to city, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of the righteous Abel unto the blood Zacharias, son of Barachias.
I'm going to ask you a question right quick. How come from the blood of Abel all the way, he's about to do the full list all the way up to the present? How is that possible? I threw a heavy one at you. But when you understand what it is, tell me what you think.
Read it again, please.
Sorry.
That upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, son of Barachias, whom he slew between the temple and the altar.
What was your question again?
The question is, how is that able? They weren't in the same time. He's talking in present time to guys in present time about the blood of men before him. How was that possible?
You're gonna have to teach me that. You have to teach me.
Through reincarnation. Because they were still the spirits of the 2/3 of the wicked, of our people. And their blood is upon them, and even upon Yahweh Shah moving forward, because he said, let his blood be upon us and our children. So all the way from back within those wicked, all the way to forward now, that allowed that to go down.
They killed all the prophets.
Right, and it was our people doing it. Our people was cool with killing our own prophets. You know, even though we were there to help. But the point I want to make to you was just about reincarnation, how important reincarnation is, the understanding of that, and understanding how this book ties in together. I want to put you on.
No, you good, man. You good. I'm right on you.
Verse 36, verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. O Jerusalem.
Yep, because he brought it back to the present. And then even all the way till now. You know, to where the 2/3 gotta die because of that. They killed the blood of the prophets. See?
Oh Jerusalem, Jerusalem,
they would, Salakia, bro, my bad. But they would kill us now if the Lord would allow it this time. But it don't happen like that this time. You got it, bro.
O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, and stonest them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not. Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth till ye shall say, blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord.
That's right, man. You know, and that blood is gonna be upon the children, man, visiting them unto the 3rd and 4th generation. I had the precept, man. This is Exodus chapter 20 and 5. It says, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I am the Lord Yahweh, thy power. I am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me.
2/3 hate the Most High. Matter of fact, get this one too, so I can just break it down all the way.
There's Isaiah 14 and 21.
This we use Esau for this, but this was talking about our own people.
No, you talking about Isaiah 14 and 21?
It's used both. I'm saying that's my point.
Yeah, well, that's really dealing with the king of Babylon in this chapter, which the king of Babylon now is Esau.
Right.
Because this we in Babylon the Great now, right? And for what he did, he gonna pay for what his forefathers did, because he is his forefathers coming back.
Right.
That's right.
And I was just using it to illustrate the point that.
But we paid for us going through the captivity, the transatlantic slave trade, the curses. Yep. That's our payment for transgression against the covenant, man.
Right, and then and then those that said let the blood be upon us, those forefathers have brought you 2/3 a tab for killing Yahweh Shai as well. Yep. You gotta pay that service, you gotta pay that tab this time around with the destruction. You can read it in
like when you read Baruch. Matter of fact, don't even get that one. Get Baruch 3 and 8. Because we paid for what we did, you know?
Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers.
According to all the iniquity of our fathers, man. Because basically, our forefathers went off. So therefore, here we are again in the reincarnation, which reincarnation means back in the flesh, okay, to pay that punishment. Okay, we got that debt. Okay, so does Esau. Okay, he has that debt for him slaughtering the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, and he chased us, man. So he has to pay for that. Okay? Go ahead.
Which departed from the Lord our power. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. How happeneth, Israel, thou art in thy enemy's land, that thou art waxing old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead.
Yeah, that thou art defiled with the dead, man. Because, hey, man, The majority of our people are spiritually dead, man. Okay? Like how I said, we're here serving our punishment. This is captivity under the so-called white man. A lot of people can see that America is a jailhouse, man. The golden prison, how Issachar says it, man. Okay? Because they come, different nations come to work here in this prison, man. Okay, to so-called prosper, but they waxing worse and worse. Okay? Go ahead on.
That thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom.
Because you Israelites left the Sophia, man. Left the truth. You wanted to say something else?
No.
Go ahead, huh?
Well, no, I was just gonna say with that, the 2/3 didn't realize that we were gonna come back into rulership, which is life. And when you're subject to another nation, you're in the grave or you're dead. And those are the other nations that don't have rulership coming.
That's right, huh?
You know, so but they chose to be along amongst them when they gave up the Sophia, as the brother was saying.
That's right.
Is there more? That was it.
Sirach chapter 41 verse 8. Woe be unto them ungodly men which have forsaken the law of the Most High Power.
Right, how it tells you in Proverbs 21:16, if I'm not mistaken, that if a man departed from the ways of understanding, he shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Okay, that's basically what the nation of Israel did. Okay, we departed from the Lord. We stopped serving the living power and started serving wood and stone. Go ahead, on.
For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. And if ye be born, ye shall be born to a curse. And if ye die, a curse shall be your portion.
That's right, because we also deal with Deuteronomy 28, man. We have from verse 15 all the way to 68, those curses still apply today, man. Okay? And here we are in this captivity, man, that no man shall redeem you, man, basically, until Yahweh Shai comes back. Okay? Because Yahweh Shai is the only one that can redeem us. Okay? That can save us from this captivity. Okay?
If you would have kept reading, it talks about how they say that they shall be reproached for their father's sake.
Yeah.
You read further down.
Verse 7.
Verse 7? Oh, it's before that, right?
Verse 5, the children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. The inheritance of sinners.
They like to mingle and be amongst the ungodly, that wicked way. What it say? The way of the wicked seduces them. What it say? How the righteous one actually look at the neighbor. The way of the wicked seduces them. We got a better way if we follow the righteous ways of the Most High. But the ways of the wicked or the heathen seduces our people. The 2/3 of our people, particularly. You got it, bro.
The inheritance of sinners, children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. The children will.
Because we suffered reproach as a nation. Yeah. We became an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations.
Yeah.
All right, we were cursed in the city, cursed in the field. Anything we set our hand to, we wouldn't prosper.
Yeah.
You know, we would have no might in our hands. You know, all those curses, man. You know, and even to this day, Jacob still looked down upon. Okay,
That's right.
you're still considered a peasant in the eyes of the nations, man. Considered the low class. All right, that's part of that punishment. That's part of that reproach because you sinned against your maker, man.
That's right.
But guess what? The Lord is getting ready to place this same curse upon our enemies.
And lift it off of us.
Okay, the Lord is slowly lifting it off of us by us returning back to Him through this truth. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
You said reincarnation. So Cain became Esau?
Yeah, he was spiritual. Spiritually became Esau, which before that, who was he before that? His spirit. What was his spirit before that?
Before Cain?
Yeah.
Was he the serpent?
He was the serpent. That's why when you go to Revelation, that old serpent, I forgot how it goes, that old serpent, the devil.
Yeah.
The dragon. But if you looked at the root of the wickedness that was going on, and every time it was back with his spirit. It started back with the serpent, then it went to Cain, the first murderer, which Cain was Quayan, which means dagger, thrusting weapon, and then up to Esau, and then you see what happens. Which is the sword.
That's what the Koyan.
The Koyan, right. You know, and you keep going forward, and you see it's him. You know, so it worked the same way, but Esau was the first that he was given that mark of Cain from birth.
It's just like in the movie, man. You got the protagonist and antagonist.
Yeah,
that's already written in the script, man.
Yeah.
You know, before everything is set up, before the studio and the setting, everything is set up, man. You got that, that left and right.
That's right.
Can you finish that verse 7? Down to verse 7.
Sirach 41:7. The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So we went through that as a nation. Now Esau's about to fix that. That's the reason why we putting out the shame of his doings, all the wickedness that he's doing and have done. Now that's becoming a shame unto him, and that's why he left his descendants that are that inherit this current world, and now they're being reproached for what he did before them. You know,
That's right.
that's why they like to say, well, that wasn't us, that was our ancestors. We didn't do it. You know, what our ancestors did, that was terrible, that was horrible. You know, they're ashamed of their history. They know what they did was wicked, man. And they're being reproached for that now. And that's why the Lord is starting to slowly but surely jack their ass up now.
Right.
You know? Now the Most High is bringing the curses on them. All right? Hey, they're the same people that took the covenant of the Lord in their mouth. What has that to do to declare my statutes? Which thou shalt take my covenant in thy mouth. See, as thou hatest instruction and casteth my word behind thee, man. So now you finna get judged according to the word, man. That's why when Yahushua comes back, he said, and the books were open. All right, he gonna judge according to this, man. You know. Hey, because the Most High judged us according to the word, because we were under the covenant. You know. I see you holding.
Yeah, I'm holding it.
Go
Because
ahead,
I wanted to back you up the point of further express reincarnation.
Oh yeah.
This is to prove it to the brother. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 16 and then I'm going to jump to 20. It says, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Yep.
Verse 20. All go unto one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again.
Yep.
Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth?
Man. And basically all your spirit goes back to the Father. All, when you die, everybody's spirit goes back to the Father. And that's when you go to the Father, that's where you get your judgment.
Right.
Somebody can get what was that second Ezra 14?
Second.
You got it? Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again.
You just died. What you mean you finna live? Read that again. This is after death.
It says, for after death shall the judgment come.
So now after the death, now shall the judgment come. Yep. So the Lord, he judges you in the earth based off of what you did in the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
When you was on earth.
In your past.
In your past life.
Yeah.
And so basically the Lord doesn't allow it. You want to escape your wickedness, man. You do some shit and you don't get judged for it in that life, he will get you in the next.
Can I back up real quick, Bible? 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 56. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death.
That's why a lot of people don't understand when evil things happen to little children.
Right.
They'll ask, what did that child do? Sometimes people even become atheists because of certain judgments.
Atheists I've talked to.
Because like it says in Proverbs, evil men understand not judgment.
Yep.
Job 4 and 7.
I'm right there, brother.
Yeah.
It's Job 4 and 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?
Exactly. You're not innocent. Even that little baby that got hit by a car, got hit with a straight bullet, he wasn't innocent. He or she wasn't innocent.
That's
That
judgment.
was judgment. Straight up judgment.
Yep.
That baby probably murdered somebody in their past life. Committed, if it was a female, she probably was committing all type of adultery, and you know, she was doing all manner of wickedness, and the Lord got her back when she came back in her next life.
Yep. Back in the flesh, and then back here again under the sun, the place of judgment to serve the sentence because they went off.
That's right.
I got more to back you up, but he got a little more first.
Yeah, right here.
Right here.
But I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna go back and read it. Go ahead.
Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
Yep, you get your judgment, your wicked judgment. It's not a wicked judgment, but you get the negative judgment, so to speak. Right? Let me go back.
And if somebody can get, was that in Exodus? I think you might have already read it.
Sorry, this is behind. Thank you, God is love. And this talks about Israel.
God is also hate as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, God hates.
Get Exodus, was that 20 and 5,
Alright,
I
thank
think?
you.
And then somebody get Ezekiel 18 and 20.
Let me hit this again. Second Ezra chapter 7, verse 56 again, and 57 and 58. Yeah, it says, for while we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. That's why they always bring up that YOLO, you only live once, because they don't understand that something you can be judged in the next life for that. Right? It says,
Yeah, that's what that's the mindset of the ungodly. When you read was that Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right out.
Yep, exactly, right? It says,
Because they're reprobate like that because they believe, well, ain't nothing after this.
yeah, it's only the present.
So I might as well just get all of the wickedness and all of the pleasures that I desire. I might as well just get it all out right now.
Yeah,
I might as well go and scam people and make thousands of dollars doing that. I might as well go and sell drugs. I might as well.
That's this nigga Tekashi 6ix9ine.
All of them. You know?
But Edomites know about reincarnation. That's why when they come back always come back in wealth.
The elites.
Elites,
The
like
elites
it.
know.
Yeah, elites.
Pass
So
the
like,
wealth down.
yeah.
Yeah, they pass it down. That's why they stay
They stay wealthy.
married. They stay married within the same
Bloodlines.
bloodlines.
Yeah.
Yep. 57, it says, then answered me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. If he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But the negative, if he be overcome with wickedness, he will suffer. Right? It says, but if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. I'm talking about salvation, all the way down into the down. You want to finish yours?
Yeah, this is 2nd Ezra 14 and 35. For after death shall the judgment come.
When we 34?
Verse 34, so like it. Therefore, if so be that you will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy.
Yeah, if you subdue your own mind, and if you get the victory, as was said in the other verse, you can earn your salvation. What is that? The last line of that verse?
And after death ye shall obtain mercy.
Then you should obtain mercy after death. Go ahead.
For after death shall the judgment come, and when we shall live again, and then
we shall live again in reincarnation.
And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest.
Yep.
And the works of the ungodly shall be declared.
Yep, and that's everybody else.
That's right.
You know, this is why we're out here. Like you said earlier, this is what we're out here for, salvation. That's the real answer to this.
That's right.
We're out here because we don't want to die like everybody else. And I'll say it every week from now on. We're scared. That's why we're here. We're not scared of what this has. We're afraid of what he can do.
That's right.
Y'all got whatever y'all have.
You want that Ezekiel 18 and 10, right?
Yeah, hold that. Get that in Exodus and then get that one.
It's Exodus 20 and 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them.
This is the 10 Commandments, right?
For I, the Lord thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
And why is the Lord going to do that? Why would the Lord get children 3 or 4 generations later if these are totally different people that never had a chance to be born onto the earth to do anything? Why would he visit them 3 or 4 generations later? That's because you come back every 3 or 4 generations. That's why, now get that into Ezekiel.
Ezekiel 18 and 20.
Yep.
It says, the soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him.
So there's no contradiction. If you put, like, this is how you can trick a Christian up. These Christians, they don't believe in reincarnation.
No.
Over here, the brother just read the law, how it says the Lord will he will visit you upon the 3rd and 4th generation. And he talked about your fathers. But right there in Ezekiel, he said, the son won't pay for the transgression of his father, neither the father for the transgression of his son. So what does that mean? That means that you come back every 3 or 4 generations through your fathers. You know, so you might be your great grandfather coming back.
Hey, I look at my son. My son reminds me of a mix between my grandfather and between me and my grandfather, which through the cycle of it will make him, because my dad is like my grandfather and me. I'm like my dad and my son. Like when you look at the way our spirits are, so the one that's missing to tie it back together is my great grandfather, which my son has that type of personality that would link us all back together like that.
Yeah, and if you're part of the first fruits, you're that first of your family.
Yep. That's what I was telling somebody. I think you was talking about. We're probably if we're Lord willing, we're the first fruits. We're the progenitors of our family. And one of my great grandfathers. You know, like I'm actually the head of my father.
Y'all
a little heavy
y'all opening up a new can right now.
Let me read this.
If you think about it, when we get into the kingdom, we're gonna be multiplying, man.
Right.
We're gonna be
progenerating.
Yeah, we're gonna be progenerating, man. That's right. To bring back the 2/3.
Yep.
You know.
Let me read this.
Go ahead.
2 Maccabees chapter 7 verse 22. I cannot tell you, this is the Maccabees mom, right? So I cannot tell you how you came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath nor life, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. But look, she did. That's not what the women today say though. I gave you life, I made you within my belly. And she's telling the truth right here. Says, but doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again.
That's right, again, meaning back in the flesh. Another life. Again. Go ahead.
It says, as you now regard not your own selves for his law's sake. Meaning that you kept the law, because when you go back into that time period, the Maccabees were killed for keeping the laws of the Most High God. But the Lord is not unmercy, not unrighteous to forget your works. Play it aloud.
The Lord is not unrighteous to forget your works and labor of love.
And that's what they showed unto the Most High God. So when the Maccabees come back in this time, they're going to be right. They ain't going to take that L this time. Whatever y'all got.
Go ahead, Vicky.
Matthew 19 to 28.
Yep.
And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you.
Wait, get 27, Bible Bishop.
Read 27?
Yeah. Because Peter asked a question in 27, right?
Matthew 19 to 27. Then answered Peter and